Because we're a service organisation and a lot of the business is based on relationships, one of the main things we have to overcome is the way that we talk about ourselves, so tone of voice and the voice, the personality of the brand. As we are starting to build our voice in social media, that becomes more important. So we're working really hard at the moment on making sure that our website says the right thing about us, and that flows through to the local market websites as well. Should we have a Facebook page? Should we update what's spoken about us on Wikipedia? These kind of things are on the agenda now and weren't really before. So we're working very closely with our external comms teams. We have a blend of emerging markets and more mature markets across the group. I'm seeing more innovation in terms of communications through new and digital media from the emerging markets than from the more mature markets. So in Chile, they've developed a really amazing iPhone app, which you can use when you need to make a claim, and which also pushes out communications about, for example, there are certain days that you're not allowed to drive your car in Santiago because of pollution levels, and this app will tell you whether or not you're allowed to drive your car on that day. We're doing some really nice stuff in the social media domain in Poland as well, where I think in all of these countries it's an example of how they're actually further advanced. And so because they're not interested in email. You know, here in the UK, we're still trying to make email marketing work, but they've skipped that. They're not interested. They're going straight to the newer social media end of the spectrum. I think it's really tricky, isn't it? Because if you set something as the benchmark, then every market around that is just naturally ranked, which I think is a dangerous place to be when markets can be so wildly different. So what we do is rather than refer to it internally as best practice, we just refer to it as showcasing something that you're particularly proud of. And so all of those are examples of good practice. We wouldn't ever hold something up as the holy grail of best practice. We put every market's quarterly campaign onto our brand center. That works really nicely as just kind of knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing is the most important thing. We also place a lot of emphasis on building communities. That is a really hot topic in our business, because there aren't many opportunities for the local brands and local markets to work together. And potentially where the brands look and feel different, and we do have some instances of that, they can't share assets. So it's about sharing the way that they do things and what works well in terms of process. We have a marketing academy, which is a training, it's accredited. We just had one of those in Canada. Previously to that, we had one in London, where people from different markets come together. That we hold training around the foundation of marketing, principles of marketing, and naturally share good practice as part of that as well. So sharing things, successes, things that have worked well in local markets, and connecting people so that they feel they can pick up the phone to each other after that point.